305 sprint cars, followed by midgets, street stocks, late models, modifieds, and micros. The running order tonight, once again, the running order all night long. 305 sprint cars, midgets, dirt car UMP street stocks, late models, dirt car UMP modifieds, and micros here tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway. Text a friend, give them a call, tell them to come join you tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway. We'll be live on YouTube as well. All evening long, as we have been a majority of the season here at the Speedway. Check out Jacksonville Speedway on YouTube. You can always re-watch the races as well. Several of the events stored online on YouTube. Fans from near and far watching all over the world here at some of the big events throughout the season. So if you're watching along on YouTube tonight, check in. Let Colin know where you're watching from. Let Tommy and Colin know. 305 sprint cars, you are up first this evening. 305 sprint cars, followed by midgets. $12 cars on the registration sheet tonight here for the 305 sprint cars. 2 heats of 6 coming your way. Everybody comes back for the feature at the end of the evening. 9 races so far this season for the 305 sprint car class. Robbie Standridge in the season lead, followed by Ben Wagner, Paul Nienheiser, Dylan Tuxhorn, and Tyler Duff. Your leaders, Paul Nienheiser, 7 starts on the season. Tyler Duff, 7. The other 3 with 9 starts under their belt this season. Of course, Paul Nienheiser, as you know, has won 5 events in the 305 sprint car class this season. Robbie Standridge has won 3 events, including last week's win. And he also has 4 second-place finishes under his belt, as he has secured a tight grip on the points lead this season. Once again, 305 sprint cars, followed by midgets for hot laps. We'll follow that up with dirt car or Midwest Big Ten street stocks, the pro late models, qualifying for the modifieds, and micros to round out our warm-up session here this evening at the Jacksonville Speedway. Once again, we remind you, Power Eye and MOA cars will be here all weekend long to help kick off October. Be here October 4th and 5th. Once again, 305 sprint cars, we need you in staging now, please, for hot laps. 305 sprints, you need to be in staging now for hot laps. Cars out early for flight number 1 of the hot laps here in the 305 sprint. Over in turn number 4 is the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn. He's followed up by the 57 M, driven tonight by JJ Newtont. Back in turn 3 from Pawnee, Illinois, the 9T is Dylan Tuxhorn, and the 00 in the backstretch is Matt Fair. 305s, 305s, 305s. You need to be moving to staging right now. 305s, you need to be in staging, please. The black and red 9T making their way on the front stretch out of Springfield, Illinois. That is the 9T of Tyler Shoemaker. The white and orange 9T is Dylan Tuxhorn. The black and red 9T is Tyler Shoemaker. Scoring tonight. Getting ready for flight number 1 of the 305 Sprint Hot Laps. Coming onto the track, the current points season leader. In the X car, that is Robbie Standridge. The last car joining the field here in flight number 1 out of Springfield, Illinois. The blue 4 is going to be Bailey Goldsberry. Currently sitting 7th in the point series this season, 6 starts under her belt. A second place finish coming early in the season for Bailey. Once again, last call for remaining 305 sprint cars, followed by midget drivers. The remaining 305s followed by midget drivers. Coming up for hot laps. Trouble for the 9T of Dylan Tuxhorn coming out of turn number 4 as we wrap up the first flight of 305 sprint cars tonight. So push crews coming out to help the 9T of Dylan Tuxhorn out of Pawnee, Illinois. Remaining 305 sprints coming up next, followed by midget drivers. And then the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Series following them for hot lap sessions here tonight. On a beautiful sunny Friday evening in September here at Jacksonville. Can't ask for much better weather than we've gotten this evening. It has been a little bit of a warm week here as summer makes one last gasp. But of course the forecast calls for the always fun R word later on this weekend. And some cooler temperatures as we come in over the weekend and into next week. Introducing you to the drivers for flight number 2 of the 305 Sprint Car Hot Laps, coming out first, second place. In last week's 305 feature, a winner the weekend before that out of Weldon, Illinois. That's the 84 of Tyler Duff.
We'll see.
Coming through the infield in the white and green, 27, that's going to be Tanner Gebhardt. And on the backstretch, the B8 is Ben Wagner.
That'll be fun.
Aaron Carlson drives the 18 machine. He's sitting right ahead of turn number 1. And right behind him, that's the 44 of Jeff Mata. The 18 of Aaron Carlson. Currently sitting 26th in points. The second start of the season here for Carlson. Here at the Jacksonville Speedway, Gebhardt sits in 9th. He's got 1 start under his belt this season. Tyler Duff currently sitting in 5th in the points this series. 7 starts under his belt. As we told you, a second place finish last week. Took the feature 2 weeks ago here at the Jacksonville Speedway in the 305 sprint car class. Once again, 12 cars total tonight, 2 heats of 6 for the 305 sprints, and everyone comes back for the feature at the end of the evening. Jacksonville Speedway 7 Midget Series coming up next year.
He went to Donaldson last Saturday, and he won first place. It's the first race I missed.
13 Midgets.
He saw me 1 o'clock for 30 in the morning. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. He goes, winner, winner, chicken dinner, winner, winner. I go, one? He goes, yeah. I go, I guess I'm not allowed to do no more races, huh? I told him the first race I missed. It has too far from me, I got to still run out of here right there.
67K, that is
yeah, long ways. We had tight races tonight. Tyler's full tonight.
97A, that is Austin Gordon.
Yeah.
Coming across the backstretch of the 90 for the 67K, excuse me, that was Holly Hall, we just introduced her. The 21K as a winner here already this season at the Jacksonville Speedway is Jake Newman. In turn number 3, the 97K is Jesse Love. The remaining midget cars who need to be in staging now for hot laps, please, followed by the Midwest Big Ten Sprint Stocks. The remaining midget drivers, followed by the Midwest Big Ten Sprint Stocks. You need to report to staging for hot laps. number 3, ladies and gentlemen. A newcomer to the Keith Koontz Motorsports team, the Fremont Speedway 410 champion, a winner to the All-Star Circuit of Champions, as well as Buddy Kofoid coming across the start-finish line in the 97, getting his start with the Keith Koontz Motorsports team tonight. As you've seen all summer long here at the Jacksonville Speedway, several up-and-coming talented midget drivers here on the track. Checkered flag flies for session number 1 of hot laps here in the Jacksonville Summer Midget Series. Luke Ferrardi on the track as well. He was in the 28 picks out of Springfield, Illinois. Along with the 8 days, Days in person. Flag number 2 coming out, Midwest Big 10 Street Stock vehicles. UUV staging now for hot laps. Midwest Big 10 Street Stock cars. UUV report to staging. You were not there all day. Steve Stroud leaves flag number 2. He's in the 28 car along with the 3. Chevy Posey. Coming through the middle of the stretch, that's the 71 of Jesse Holda. 2 cars right in front of us here at the start-finish line. The 103 is Brian Connell. Sitting right in front of the Speedway Tower, that's the 15 of Emerson Axon. Emerson Axon moving up to the Midgets this season, a young, talented driver. We saw him win Midget Racing, micro class, way early in the Jacksonville Speedway season. First or second race of the season, we saw Emerson victory lane. Once again, Midwest Big 10 Street Stock cars, community and staging for hot laps, please. Midwest Big 10 Street Stock cars, community and staging. Once again, thanks to everyone joining along tonight on the YouTube channel, Jacksonville Speedway on YouTube. Most of our races throughout the entire season with select exemptions, streamed live and for free. On our Jacksonville Speedway channel, we've developed a nice little following. We appreciate everyone who joins us along every weekend online. checkered flag flies for flight number 2 of the Midget class here tonight at Jacksonville Speedway. Once again, 13 total on the sheet, 1 heat of 7, 1 heat of 6 is the lineup here tonight for the Midget class. Getting ready for the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Cars here tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway. 10th race of the season here for the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Circuit. Drivers must be in 75% of the events to receive payouts at the end of the season. Several of those drivers here tonight coming in first, coming around turn number 2 is the 17B, that's Braden Filcher. The 2C car tonight in turn number 2 is driven by Andy Zahn, and one of the national leaders in the dirt car UMP Street Stock Series, and a winner 6 times here at the Jacksonville Speedway from Saragoto, Illinois. It's Terry Reed, the 5T. David Mowry joins the fray tonight. He's on the backstretch out of Jacksonville, Illinois, in the 4M, along with the D7. That is Carter Oak. Big Ten Street Stocks tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway wraps up. Other cars on the track as well include the 22 of Daryl Dick and the D7 of Carter Dart making his way around the backstretch. Late models, you need to be in staging for hot laps, please. Late models, you need to report to staging now for hot laps, please. The 2 of the cars you saw, the T5 of Terry Reed, currently leading the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock standings, followed right behind by Daryl Dick. And now let's introduce you to the remaining cars here for hot laps. The 72C coming around turn number 2, the black and silver. 72C is Chet Peak, and last week's feature winner here at the Jacksonville Speedway out of Jacksonville, Illinois. That's the 67R of Rudy Zaragoza. Once again, late models, you need to report to staging, please. Late models, please report to staging. Late models will report to staging, followed by modifies for qualifying. Late models for hot laps and staging now. Modifies, you are on deck for qualifying. cutoffs for flight number 2. Once again, Rudy Zaragoza, the feature winner from last weekend here at the Jacksonville Speedway, able to hold off the tight run for Brayden Belcher and Terry Reed in the checkered flag. Once again, modifieds, you need to report to staging now for qualifying. Modifieds, you need to report to staging now for qualifying. Drivers tonight in the Pro Late Model class, 8 on the sheet tonight here. We'll run them all in one heat, and then we'll bring everybody out for the feature later on this evening from Ashland, Illinois. The current points series leader for 2019 is the 11E of Brandon Eskew. Trailing him on the backstretch, that's the 32M of Cody McGuire, along with the 27 of Colby Shepard. Out of Jacksonville, Illinois, Tucker Finch drives the 25 machine. He's in turn number 2, followed by the 10, the bright orange and blue 10, that is Blake Damery. Rounding out the field on the backstretch as well, the orange and black attack, that's the 22 of Chris Nick. Last 2 cars joining for quick hot laps here in the Pro Late Model Series. The 33 is Devin Clean, followed by the 44, that is Blaze Burwell. Modified qualifying, you are up next. Modified qualifying, you are up next, followed by micros to round out warm-up sessions here tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway. Qualifying tonight here in the car UMP modified class. 14 on the registration sheet. We will qualify cars in their respective groups for the heats this evening. 2 groups of 7. We can qualifying run here tonight. 3 cars, then 2, then 2. Session of qualifying. Group number 1 is led off by the gray 27. That's Craig Rowe. Out of Jacksonville, Illinois, the bright green and white 22 is Ryan Blakeman. And rounding out the first flight is the 70 car. That is piloted by Jeff Yates. fast lap, the fastest for all three cars here in group number one. Ryan Blake with the fastest logging a time of 13.320 seconds, followed by Craig Roden in the 27 with a time of 13.719 seconds. Jeff Yates rounds out the group of three with a time of 13.788. Getting ready for the next flight here in group number one qualifying. Getting ready for a six-flag show here at the Jacksonville Speedway, loaded with all of our local victims. Ford is the only class not on the schedule tonight here. Our last regular local night here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Once again, we remind you more about Boss and Synergy Drake Sprint Cars back here on Wednesday night, just a few nights away from us. If you don't have tickets, you don't have your wristband from the original show, you're going to pick up some tickets at the airport. What is a really exciting news for dirt track racing. Of course, we'll wrap up the season. The 2019 campaign ends on Friday, October 5th. Saturday, October 5th, that is the headline for the big power line events and Moto Sprint Cars. Track for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, the current points series leader in 2019. A win back in mid-August, a win early in the season back in May. Second place last weekend. That's the T6 of Tommy Shepherd. Also coming around the start-finish line, that's the Troy Dotson. Jumps up to second fastest in the group of five so far with a time of 13.530 seconds. Tommy Shepherd currently third fastest in the group with a time of 13.571. Craig Roden is fourth fastest. Jeff Yates moves to fifth. We get ready to wrap up group number one. Qualifying tonight here in the modified class. Group number two coming up next. Micros cars. You will need to begin reporting the staging for hot laps. Micros cars. You will need to begin reporting the staging for hot laps. Rounding out group number one qualifying, it's the 78, that is Jeff Ray, followed by the 37 of Derek Carlson. Jumps up to the fastest group so far with a time of 13.290 seconds. Grab the fastest time in group number one. Jeff Ray finishes fourth fastest at the time of 13.540 seconds. Your running order for group number one: Derek Carlson, Ryan Blakeman, Troy Dotson, Jeff Ray, Tommy Shepherd, Craig Roden, and Jeff Yates. 00S of Cody Stillwell. And the 9C car, that is Russ Curtis. Russ Curtis currently second in the point series for 2019. 7 starts under his belt so far this season. Cody Stillwell with just 5 starts under his belt, currently sitting 5th in the point series. Fastest for Cody Doherty, who grabs the quickest time in the 3 here. Group number 2 so far with a time of 13.506 seconds. Cody Stillwell in second with a time of 13.911 seconds. And Russ Coltis logs a time of 14.017 seconds. Next 2 cars coming into the qualifying here in group number 2. That includes the 36. That's Mr. Smooth, Steve Tyman. Along with the 05 out of Liberty, Illinois, that is Dave Weedholder. Saw a heck of a run for Dave Weedholder here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Dave started near the back of the pack in the feature run. A lot of runners jumped up about 12 spots to get a top 5 finish in a loaded field of modifieds here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Once again, Micros cars, you need to report to staging now. Micros drivers, you need to report to staging now for hot laps. Jumps up to grab the fastest time so far. Group number 2, a time of 13.019 seconds. Steve Tyman finishes 3rd in the group so far with a time of 13.844. Cody Stillwell moves back to 4th, and Russ Coltis moves back 5th in the running order. Cody Doherty moves back to 2nd. Once again, Micros drivers, you need to be in staging now, please. Micros drivers, you need to be in staging now. As we get ready for our Class 2 cars in qualifying tonight here at the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds. The 32 is Donovan Lodge, and out of Jacksonville, Illinois, the 2 car is Jimmy Miller. For the 32 car of Donovan Lodge as he draws the time of 16.829 seconds, able to get 1 in under the clock. Jimmy Miller finishes 6th in the group with a time of 14.397 seconds. Let's go down the rundown for group number 2, the modifieds. Dave Weedholder, Cody Doherty, Steve Tyman, Cody Stillwell, Russ Coltis, Jimmy Miller, and Donovan Lodge, your running order in group number 2. 15 micros on the registration sheet tonight here in Jacksonville. We'll bring you 2 heats, 1 of 8 and 1 of 7. And we'll try to bring everybody back for the feature later on this evening. Cars on the track right now is the 10 car. That's driving Jacob Tipton. The 66 is Kevin Powell, along with the 7A of Will Armitage. The 6 car tonight is driven by Cliff Powell out of Hannibal, Missouri. From Riverton, Illinois. The point series leader here for 2019 is the 21 of Aaron Andrew Skinner. Along with the 28 of Luke Herard. Littleton also joining flight number 1 of the hot laps. Back-to-back Micros champion here at the Jacksonville Speedway with the 44 car, along with the 72 of Adam Johnson, flight number 1. Let's introduce you to the remaining cars here tonight. First is the 8B, that is John Bernard, followed by the 3RX, ladies and gentlemen, of Kurt Kermit. Out of Liberty, Illinois, the 3 is Johnny Huddleston. The 44 car is driven by Jacob Stewart. The red 44S is Jacob Stewart. The last car on the track, that is the 12H. That's Randy Huddleston.
Rex Battery, serving Jacksonville for over 35 years, carries over 75,000 batteries, offering a variety of services, including custom-built battery packs for all your battery-operated tools. Rex Battery specializes in rebuilding starters, alternators, and generators, saving their customers money. If you need a battery tested or replaced, come to Rex Battery in Jacksonville. At Rex Battery, Mark, Devin, and John have the knowledge and experience to provide all your battery needs.
Once again, for 05 cars, you need to be in staging for heats. We are going to do a lot of track prep tonight for Atomic Acid. They're liking the way things look and feel. We'll get ready to go here in just a few minutes. Once again, 305s. You need to report to staging for heats. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway? How many of you are getting a little warm up before the big World of Outlaws show here? How about that? Coming up Wednesday night. That's right. Some tickets still available for the big show coming up Wednesday night. Come see Tommy, come see Kenny, see the rest of the gang. They'll get you hooked up. If you still need to get some tickets for the big World of Outlaws show coming up on Wednesday. But first, we have a loaded 6-class program for you tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway as we get ready for our 305 sprints as they begin working their way to staging for heats. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we kindly ask anyone who is a current or former military member to please raise your hand if you are in the crowd. If you have raised your hand, would you please stand up? And if you are still sitting, would you please clap louder than you just did for me, for these men and women who have sacrificed their time away from friends and family to keep us safe, to keep us secure, and keep us the best darn country in the whole world, ladies and gentlemen. Your sacrifice is never forgotten here at the Jacksonville Speedway. We promise you that. We are ready for opening ceremonies. We ask you all to please, if you are able, to rise to your feet. We ask you to remove any caps and covers that you may be wearing on your head this evening, and face the American flag in the infield with your hand over your heart. As Justin McMurphy cues up the best song in the world, the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to go racing here tonight. 305 sprint cars. You need to be in staging for heats, please. 305 sprints. You need to be in staging for heats. Once again, we remind you 6 classes on the program tonight, including our Summer Midget Series. Last appearance of the season for the Summer Midget Series. Although you will see the Power High Midgets here in a couple of weeks on October 4th and 5th to help round out our 2015 season. For 2019 season, 2015 was quite a ways ago. Once again, 305 sprint cars. You need to be in staging, please. 305 staging for heats. Push-off vehicles, getting the vehicles out for heat number 1 of the 305 sprint cars. Let's introduce you to the starting grid here tonight. Drawing the pole pill out of Pawnee, Illinois will be the 9T of Dylan Tuxhorn. As long as we see the 9T make the call, had some trouble in hot laps earlier this evening. On the outside of row number 1 will be the B8, that is Ben Wagner. Out of Springfield, Illinois, Bailey Goldsberry is scheduled to start 3rd in the 4 car. Paired on the outside with a 00, that will be Matt Fair starting 4th. The 2019 Points Series leader hails out of Springfield, Illinois. That's the X car of Robbie Standridge. And rounding out the field of 6 scheduled for heat number 1, driving Robbie McQuinn's 57 will be the 57M of J.J. Newtont. Remaining 305 sprints, you need to be in staging for heats now. Midget drivers, you need to begin reporting to staging next. Running order all night long will be 305 sprint cars, midgets, Midwest Big Ten street stocks, late models, modifieds, and micros here tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway. Robbie Standridge, as we told you, 9 starts under his belt this season. 3 wins, including the feature win last week. 4 second-place finishes under his belt so far. The B8 of Ben Wagner, also with 9 starts under his belt, sitting 2nd in the point series this season. He finished 2nd 2 weeks ago. The 9T of Dylan Tuxhorn sitting fourth in the points. We'll see if the 9T is able to make it off the track at any point tonight. Once again, we saw some mosquito repellent coming out of the 9T in hot laps earlier this evening. Bailey Goldsberry with 6 starts this season on the track at Jacksonville currently sits 7th in the points. She has a second place finish, her best finish of the season back on June 14th. 4 starts already this season for the 00 of Matt Fair. He sits 14th in the points. As we get ready to go here in heat number 1, Bailey Goldsberry moves up as the 9T is unable to make the call. She'll start on the pole. Robbie Standards will move up on the inside of row number 2. And JJ Newton will round out row number 3. Gets a great jump off the green flag as we get rocking and rolling here in heat number 1. He's followed by Robbie's Bailey Goldsberry, Matt Fair, and JJ Newton, the field of 5 here in heat number 1. Back to the race leaders, Robbie Standridge getting a quick catch up to the V8 as they come around turn number 4. The V8 of Ben Wagner holds a small advantage in the start finish line. Bailey Goldsberry about 4 cars behind the first 2. Matt Fair and JJ Newton making up the distance in 4th and 5th. Back to the race early. Wagner getting chased down by the X-car of Robbie Sanders as they come around in the back stretch. Sanders trying to slide underneath, can't find the line, and here we come into the back 2 turns. Ben Wagner holding a slim lead over the car of Robbie Sanders. Bailey Goldsberry remains in 3rd, Matt Fair in 4th, and JJ Newton in 5th. Trying to find a way to get the advantage over the V8. Hasn't got it figured out quite yet as we come into the back 2 turns once again. Ben Wagner remains in the lead. Robbie Standard just a half a car length behind as we come into the back stretch. Ben Wagner trying to hold on. Picked up a heat win here a couple of weeks ago over the 9 of Nienheiser. Nienheiser, who had won 5 times already this season in the 305 sprint car class. Wagner continues to hold on to the lead. Robbie Sanders hot on his tail. Bailey Goldsberry remains in 3rd, followed by the 00 of Matt Fair and JJ Newton rounding out the field. White flag here in heat number 1. Ben Wagner sees it first, followed by Sanders as they come into the back stretch. The X-car trying to make up the distance. Grab the checkered flag here on the last lap. Wagner goes low on the last 2 turns. Checkered flag flies to the V8 of Ben Wagner in heat number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner for heat number 1 of the 305 sprint cars, the V8 of Ben Wagner. Robbie Standridge finishes in 2nd, followed by the 4 car of Bailey Goldsberry, the 00 of Matt Fair, and the 57 of JJ Newton. Round out the field. Midget drivers, you need to report to staging now for heats, please. Midget drivers, you need to report to staging now for heats. Let's introduce you to the starting grid here for heat number 2 tonight's 305 sprint car class. On the pole out of Springfield, Illinois, it's going to be the 9T of Tyler Shoemaker. On the outside, starting 2nd tonight out of Weldon, Illinois, a 2nd place finish in last week's feature. Grabbed the checkered flag 2 weeks ago. That's the 84 of Tyler Duff. Starting 3rd tonight out of Pawnee, Illinois, that's going to be the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn. Paired on the outside, starting 4th tonight, that's the white and green 27 of Tanner Gebhardt. Starting 5th will be the 18, piloted by Aaron Carlson. And rounding out the field of 6, that's the 44 of Jeff Mott. Jacksonville, as we told you. Grabbed the race win 2 weeks ago, has finished 2nd twice. That was back on August 4th. And the last Friday here, as Robbie Standards was able to hold him off and grab the checkered flag win. just 2 starts this season at Jacksonville for the 9TX of Tyler Shoemaker. A couple of middle-of-the-pack finishes here back in early August for the 9T. Scoring is the 9TX tonight as we have the 2, Dylan Tuxhorn and Tyler Shoemaker. The 32, Jeff Tuxhorn, a regular here in the 305 Sprint Car Class. 5 starts under his belt this season. Those have all come after the start of August. We did not see the 32 in regular series action until August here at the Jacksonville Speedway as we get ready. Once again, midget drivers, you need to be in staging for hits, please. Midget drivers, you need to be in staging for heats. All 6 cars make the call here for heat number 2 in the 305 sprints. Tyler Shoemaker, Tyler Duff in row number 1. Jeff Tuxhorn, Tanner Gebhardt in row number 2. Aaron Carlson and Jeff Motto round out the field in row number 3. Green flag in heat number 2. Trouble right off the bat for the 18, and that's going to bring out a caution before we can even get to turns 3 and 4. Drive shaft out on the front stretch. That's the 18 car of Aaron Carlson, who moves into the infield area over between turn number 1 and 2 before we can even get a lap in here in heat number 2. Local fire crew guys get on the drive shaft real quick. Bubba Painter works to get the 18 car of Carlson into the infield, and we'll get the field reset here for heat number 2 once again. The race field resets, come around turn number 4, and here we go. Green flag number 2. Tyler jumps out to the early lead ahead of the 27 of Tanner Gebhardt as they come back around the last 2 turns. The 19 of Tyler Shoemaker's followed by the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn and the 44 of Jeff Motto. Tight racing right now between the positions 3 and 4. That's Tyler Shoemaker and Jeff Tuxhorn as they come around turns 3 and 4. And to the start finish line, Shoemaker holds a tight lead for that 3rd position. Back to the race leader, that's Tyler Duff coming around turn number 4 in the 84. He's trailed by Tanner Gebhardt, the 27, just about 3 car lengths behind as they come into the back stretch. Nose to nose is Jeff Tuxhorn and Tyler Shoemaker. Still battling it out for that 3rd spot. Shoemaker grabs the edge off the back stretch, and here they come into the back 2 turns. Shoemaker goes high, Tuxhorn goes low. The 9TX holds the lead, and now Tuxhorn trying to slide underneath in turn number 2. They come to the back stretch, and Shoemaker holds the advantage as they come into the back 2 turns. Tyler Duff remains the race leader as he comes into the back stretch. Now only 5 to 6 car lengths ahead of the 27 of Gebhardt. Tuxhorn and Shoemaker slugging it out for that 3rd position as they come into the back stretch, and the 34 of Jeff Motto rounds out the field in 5th. Two sides of the track at once. Tyler Duff remains the race leader, but we're keeping a close eye on this watch for 3rd and 4th as now Jeff Tuxhorn has been able to edge out a couple of lengths ahead of the 9TX of Tyler Shoemaker as they come into the back stretch. The white flag flies for Tyler Duff in the 84. 1 lap to go for the young man from Weldon, Illinois here in heat number 2. Tanner Gebhardt in 2nd, Jeff Tuxhorn in 3rd, Tyler Shoemaker in 4th, the 44 of Jeff Motto in 5th, but only a checkered flag win for the 84 of Tyler Duff. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of heat number 2 of the 305 sprint cars, the 84 of Tyler Duff. see the 18 of Aaron Carlson being pushed off the track here, coming around turn number 1. Drive shaft left the car of the 18. Let's introduce you to the field for heat number 1 in tonight's Summer Midget Series event here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Making his Keith Williams Motorsports debut, ladies and gentlemen, the 97 is a 410 champion of the Fremont Speedway, along with an all-star circuit champions winner. Please welcome the 97 of Buddy Kofoid to Jacksonville, Illinois. On the outside, starting second, that is the 71 of Jesse Caldwell. Scheduled to start third tonight from Springfield, Illinois, that's the 28X of Luke Verardi. Starting fourth on the outside of row number 2 is the 97A of Austin Odell. A former Micros winner this season at the Jacksonville Speedway in the midget cars tonight. That's the 15 of Emerson Axon, starting fifth in row number 3. Paired alongside is the 103, that is Brock Hunnell. Rounding out the field, a fan favorite here at the Jacksonville Speedway, a winner earlier this season in a feature event. Welcome the 67K of Holly Holland. Remaining midget drivers, you need to be in staging now, please. Remaining midget drivers, you need to be in staging for heats, followed by Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. You need to begin reporting to staging. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks, you need to begin reporting to staging. Of the season for the Jacksonville Summer Midget Series, but we remind you, Power Eye Midgets will be here on the last weekend of the season. That's coming up on October 4th and October 5th, along with the MOA Sprint Car Championships for the 410 Sprint Cars of the Midwest Open Wheel Association. All 7 cars make the call here for heat number 1 of the Summer Midget Series event tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway. Once again, Buddy Kofoid, Jesse Caldwell, and row number 1, Luke Verardi. And Austin Odell in row number 2, Emerson Axon, and Brock Hunnell in row number 3. Holly Holland rounds out the field in row number 4. Lap around for heat number 1 in the midget class here tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway, as Buddy Kofoid and Jesse Caldwell lead the field around the back 2 turns. And here we go, green flag in heat number 1. Buddy Kofoid jumps out to their early lead, the 97. He's followed hot on the trail by the 71 of Jesse Caldwell. The 97 of Austin Odell jumps up the third. Quickly moving up is the 15 of Emerson Axon, and he jumps up from 5th to 4th. Holly Holland trying to make a move. She moves from 7th to 6th as we come around the lap. She passes the 103 of Brock Hunnell. Back to the race leader, that is Buddy Kofoid, 410 champion of the Fremont Speedway and All-Star Circuit Champions winner. Making his debut here at the Jacksonville Speedway, holding on to the lead over the 71 of Jesse Caldwell as they come into the back 2 turns. It's Kofoid, Caldwell, the 97A of Austin Odell, the 15 of Emerson Axon, the 28X of Luke Verardi, the 67K of Holly Holland and the 103 of Brock Huddle, the running order here in heat number 1. Holly Holland trying to get around the 28 of Luke Ferrari. They're coming into the back 2 turns. Holly Holland makes the pass in the back stretch. She moves up to 5th. Green flag still flying for the 97 of Buddy Coforth. Hot on his tail is the 71 of Jesse Caldwell as they come into the back 2 turns. Austin Odell remains in 3rd in the 97. 1 flag to go for Buddy Coforth. The white flag flies, 1 lap to go here in heat number 1. Coming around the back 2 turns. Checkered flag is going to fly in heat number 1 for Buddy Coforth. Red flag now comes out on the back as we see the driver get out of the car. Crew saying the driver is all right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have another round of applause for Brock Huddle, able to climb out of the car. That 103, ladies and gentlemen, on the back stretch. A tough tussle for the 103 here in heat number 1. As we wrap up, push trucks get cars back to the pit area. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of heat number 1. Let's hear it for the 97 of Buddy Coforth. Jesse Caldwell finished 2nd place in heat number 1, followed by Austin Odell, Emerson Axel. Holly Holland moved up to a 5th place finish. Ferrari and Brock Huddle. The final order in heat number 1. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks, you need to make your way to staging, please. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks, please make your way to staging. Push cars moving vehicles in position for heat number 2 Midget class tonight. Let's introduce you to the 6-car field. Leading things off, starting first tonight, will be the 50. That's David Adler. Steve Stroud pilots the 21 X car. He'll start 2nd tonight on the outside of row number 1. Starting 3rd, the inside of row number 2 is the 8 car. That's Dayson Persley. A winner here at the Jacksonville Speedway this season, the 21 KS starts 4th tonight. That is Jake Newman. Rounding out in row number 3 is the 3B. That's Shelby Mosey starting 5th. And on the outside, starting 6th is a 97K. That is Jesse Love. Once again, Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. You need to be in staging for heats, please. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. You need to be in staging for heats. As we get the push trucks moving, a reminder that we're being told in race command as Jake Newman was the last winner of the Midget Series events here at Jacksonville. He will start no better than 5th tonight in the feature event, no matter his finish here in heat number 2. Apologize for the dead airs. We had to get some batteries changed up here in the microphone real quick. We are underway in heat number 2 of the Midget cars. Speeding into the lead is the 50 car of David Adler. Spinning under the back stretch, picking up the lead on the last lap. Coming into the back stretch, the 3B of Shelby Mosey currently excuse me. The 8 car of David Hursley in second, the 3B of Shelby Mosey in third. The 97K of Jesse Love currently in fourth. Jake Newman at fifth is 21KX. And Steve Stroud rounding out the field with the 21X. Here on the last lap. Coming into the back 2 turns. Green flag still flies here in heat number 2 for David Adler, who's holding on to the lead over Damian Hursley. Not a wide margin right now, just 0.4 of a second. The difference between David Adler and Daisy Hursley as the white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Adler here in heat number 2. Coming to grab the checkered flag is David Adler, the 50. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your heat number 2 winner in the Midget Series tonight in Jacksonville, the 50 of David Adler. Daisy Hursley finishes in second. Jake Newman moves up to third. Shelby Mosey finishes fourth. Jesse Love finishes fifth. And Steve Stroud rounds out the field in sixth. Two classes down, 4 to go here in heat action tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway. Coming up the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Series. 10th event this season. On the schedule for the Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. Some of the top drivers all season long here tonight in Jacksonville. Let's introduce you to the field. Starting first is the 2Z. That is Andy Zahn out of Whiteheath, Illinois. On the outside from Jacksonville is the 52. That's Jacob Bowen. Michael Larson starts third. He's in the red 48, row number 2, paired alongside Jacksonville's David Mowery, who starts fourth in the 4N. Pete Stodgel in the Hornet Green 82 starts fifth tonight on the inside of row number 3. Last week's feature winner from Jacksonville, Rudy Zaragoza, starts fifth in the 67R. Rounding out the field of 7 in the D7, that is Carter Dart. Pro late models, you need to report to staging. Late models, you need to report to staging. As we get moving, green here, heat number 1. Andy Zahn jumps out to an early lead in the 48. of Michael Larson got a little bump to go with David Mowery in the 4M as Mowery comes across the start-finish line in second. But we're going to have a yellow flag right here in front of us in the front stretch. Yellow flag came out as the 67R of Rudy Zaragoza and the 52 of Jacob Bowen got tied up coming out of turn number 4. Race command working to get the field back in reset order. The 2Z of Andy Zahn currently sitting 5th in the point series in 2019 for the Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. Getting up close and personal to help the field get reset. Helping play a little game of charades to get the 52 of Jacob Bowen back in reset order. He'll move to the back of the pack as the D7 of Carter Dart moves up to the outside of row number 3. Zaragoza, they say, did not make contact, so he will move back up, starting 4th in row number 2 as we work to reset heat number 1. Andy's on, David Mowery lead the field of 7 as we come back around the last 2 turns. Caution lights are down, and we'll try to get it reset here in heat number 1 for the Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. A clean restart here in heat number 1. Rudy Zaragoza hot on the tail of Andy Zahn as they come around the back 2 turns. David Mowery in 3rd. The 48 of Michael Larson 6th in 4th. Rounding out the field is Pete Stostrel, the 82, Carter Dart, the D7, and the 52 of Jacob Bowen. We go back to the race lead. That's Andy Zahn and Rudy Zaragoza coming around the back 2 turns to the start-finish line. Andy Zahn holding on to the lead, just about a half second ahead of Zaragoza. About 5 car lengths behind, that's the 4M of David Mowery, followed by the 48 of Michael Larson and the 82 of Pete Stostrel. Jacob Bowen and Carter Dart rounding out the field, way behind the rest of the pack. Andy Zahn continues the lead. Zaragoza's riding high, trying to find a way to catch up with the race leader. Into the back 2 turns they come, and Andy Zahn continues to hold the edge over Zaragoza. Mowery remains in 3rd. Michael Larson with just a half of a cat's whisker ahead of the 82 of Pete Stostrel. Jacob Bowen comes to the infield, trouble for the 52 car out of Jacksonville, Illinois, as Andy Zahn continues to hold on to the lead. He's slowly picking up on lap traffic as they come around in the backstretch. Rudy Zaragoza trying to get a jump out of turn number 2. Can't find the advantage right yet as we've got the green flag still flying in heat number 1. Andy Zahn holds on to the lead into the backstretch. Rudy Zaragoza right on his tail. Randy Standers grabs the white flag. 1 lap to go here in heat number 1 for Andy Zahn. A tight battle as we see the start-finish line. That's the 48 of Michael Larson, the 52 of Pete Stostrel. But now we work our way into lap traffic. It's going to be a checkered flag for Andy Zahn in the 2Z. gentlemen, your winner of heat number 1 from Whiteheath, Illinois, the 2Z of Andy Zond. Rudy Zaragoza finishes second, followed by the 4M of David Mowry, the 48 of Michael Larson, the 82 of Pete Stodville, the D7 of Carter Dart, and the 52 of Jacob Bowen. Your finishing order for heat number 1. Pro late models, you need to be in staging for heats, please. Pro late models, you need to be in staging for heats. Six more cars coming out for heat number 2 of the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Series. Let's introduce you to the field. First on the pole position, starting in the 72C, that's going to be Chet Peak. On the outside, starting second tonight is the 34X, that is Cletus Coates. A leader in the National Dirt Car UMP Street Stock Series, a leader here in Jacksonville, 6 wins under his belt so far this season from Cerro, Illinois. Terry Reed starts third, he's in the 5T. On the outside from Galesburg, that's the 1 car of Robert Cotton. Rounding out the field of 6 on the road number 3, the 22 of Daryl Dick starts fifth, excuse me, and rounding out the field is the 17B of Braden Belcher. Robert Cotton hot on his tail. They are side by side for second. Coming into the back stretch as Terry Reed gains a little bit of an advantage. The 22 of Daryl Dixon fifth. The 17B of Braden Belcher in fifth as Chet Peak has made an early exit off the track into the 72C. Terry Reed moves up to take the race lead, followed by Cletus Coates. Robert Cotton and Daryl Dick right behind. They're close on each other's tail for third and fourth to the start finish line. Braden Belcher rounding out the field in fifth. As we go back to the race leader, that is Terry Reed, a 6-time winner so far this season in Jacksonville. The winner of 4 in a row is the 5T as he comes back around the start-finish line. Cletus Coates in second. Robert Cotton getting on 3 wheels as he tries to get around. He's in third. Daryl Dick, he's out of Monticello, Illinois, currently second in the overall point series for the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Series this summer. As the green flag still flies here in heat number 2. Robert Cotton goes high on the lift, trying to find an advantage and move up a couple of spots, but he can't find it. As now Daryl Dick slides underneath it, and he moves up to the 3rd spot. Terry Reed remains the race leader as we come around, and Randy Standridge waves the right flag. 1 lap to go here in heat number 2. Cletus Coates, Daryl Dick, Robert Cotton, and Brandon Bilger, the rest of the running order, as Terry Reed starts to pull away in the back stretch. We'll keep an eye on the rest of the pack to see if any positions change in the last 2 turns. But the checkered flag flies for Terry Reed. Cletus Coates, Daryl Dick, and Robert Cotton, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Brandon Bilger rounds out the field in 5th. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of heat number 1 of the street stock class tonight from Cerro, Illinois, the T5 of Terry Reed. Modifieds, you need to move to staging now, please. Modified drivers, you need to move to staging now for heat action, please. As we get ready for tonight's pro late model class here at the Jacksonville Speedway, 8 cars on the sheet. We'll hope to see all 8 make the call. Everyone comes back for the feature event later on in the evening. From Jacksonville, Illinois, Tucker Finch leads things off. He's in the pole spot in the 25 car. To his right, the 2019 Point Series leader, the 11E is Brandon Eskew. From Carlinville, Cody McGuire starts third tonight. He's in the bright red 32M, paired alongside Devin McLean, starting 4th in the 33. Colby Shepard starts 5th in the 27, alongside Blaze Burwell, who starts 6th in the 44. Rounding out the field of 8 is Chris Dick in the 22, and Blake Damery starting 8th in the 10. Brandon Eskew jumps out to an early lead over Tucker Finch here in the early lap. As they come back around to the start-finish line, the 11E takes the first lap. Cody McGuire in third. 44 of Blaze Burwell in fourth, followed by the 33 of Devin McLean in fifth. Colby Shepard, Blake Damery, and the 22 of Chris Dick rounding up the field of 8. Finch moves back up to second, followed by the 44 of Blaze Burwell, who's in third. Cody McGuire drops back to fourth, followed by the 33 of Devin McLean in fifth. Colby Shepard, the 22 of Chris Dick, battling it out for sixth and seventh. And Blake Damery rounds out the field in the right orange 10, who sits in eighth. Come back around the race leaders. That's Brandon Eskew crossing the front finish line. He remains in the lead. The 44 car now of Blaze Burwell has moved up to second as Tucker Finch has trouble in turn number 2 and drops 2 spots back to fourth. Cody McGuire hanging around in third, 32M. Here comes the 33 of Devin McLean trying to pick up a position on Tucker Finch. Won't get it done in turns 1 and 2. White flag flies, 1 lap to go for Brandon Eskew here in the Pro Late Model class. The 44 of Blaze Burwell has moved all the way up to second place as we come into the last lap. It's a checkered flag for Brandon Eskew. A tight finish right at the end between the 22 of Chris Dick and the 33 of Devin McLean. Chris Dick was able to get that advantage right at the end and takes up a 5th place finish. But ladies and gentlemen, from Ashland, Illinois, your winner in the Pro Late Model Heat, the 11E of Brandon Eskew. Blaze Burwell finishes second. Cody McGuire finishes third. Tucker Finch fourth. Chris Dick, Devin McLean, Blake Damery, and Colby Shepard round out the field. Getting ready for tonight's Dirt Car UMP modified heats here at the Jacksonville Speedway. 2 heats on the sheet, 7 in each heat. We'll see if they all make the call. Here's your starting grid for heat number 1. Derek Carlson leads things off. He's in the bright orange, 37 starting first. He's paired alongside Jacksonville's Ryan Blakeman, who starts second in the 22. Troy Dodson starts third tonight. He's piloting the 21 in row number 2. Jeff Ray to his right. He's in the bright blue 78 starting fourth. The 2019 Point Series leader is Tommy Shepard. He starts 5th tonight in the T6, paired alongside Craig Roden, who starts 6th in the 27. Rounding out the field of 7 is the 70. That is Jeff Yates. Derek Carlson and Ryan Blakeman lead us around turns 3 and 4 here in heat number 1. Cautions are down, green flags high, and here we go in heat number 1. Mess of cars here in the back of the pack as Ryan Blakeman takes the early lead. We're keeping an eye on this back half battle. That's the 78 of Jeff Ray, the T6 of Tommy Shepard, Craig Roden, and Jeff Yates, all paired up or side by side as we came into turns 1 and 2 on the last lap. Blakeman starts the turn with an early advantage. He will do the invert on here very shortly with the modifieds. So we'll keep an eye and see how that plays out for these top drivers. Derek Carlson in second. Tommy Shepard and Jeff Ray right behind him, slugging it out for 4th and 5th as they come to the back stretch. Craig Roden and Jeff Yates rounding out the field in 6th and 7th as the race leader Ryan Blakeman comes into the back the first 2 turns. Derek Carlson widening the distance between him and 2nd. Troy Dodson remains in 3rd. Tommy Shepard jumps up to take the 4th spot. He jumps ahead of Jeff Ray in the back stretch. Here in heat number 1 for Ryan Blakeman. Derek Carlson in 2nd. Troy Dodson in 3rd. Tommy Shepard trying to jump up and take that P3 away from the 21 as they come into the back stretch. Jeff Ray in 5th. Craig Roden in 6th. Jeff Yates in 7th as white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Ryan Blakeman. We're keeping an eye on the 3rd and 4th battle. That's between Troy Dodson and Tommy Shepard as they come in the back stretch. But the checkered flag flies for Ryan Blakeman in the 22. Ladies and gentlemen, your Heat 1 winner in the modified class tonight, the 22 of Ryan Blakeman. Derek Carlson takes second. Troy Dodson finishes third. The T6 of Tommy Shepard finishes fourth. Craig Roden and Jeff Yates wrap up the field. Let's introduce you to the starting grid here for heat number 2 in the modifieds. Micros, you need to be in staging now, please. Micros drivers, you need to be in staging now. From Liberty, Illinois, the 05 of Dave Weedholder leads things off on the pole in heat number 2. Paired alongside the 96, that is Cody Doherty starting second. Mr. Smooth, Steve Tyvett starts third tonight. He's the 36. Alongside Cody Stillwell starting fourth in the 00S. Starting fifth is a 9C, that is Russ Coltis. Jacksonville's Jimmy Miller starts sixth in the 2 car. Rounding out the field is Donovan Lodge. He'll start seventh in the 32 as it appears to be the 6 cars making all of the 7. We do not see the 2 car of Jimmy Miller on the track. Laps down is Liberty's Dave Weedholder grabs the lead in the 05. Behind him is the 96 of Cody Doherty. Cody Stillwell, Steve Tyvett, Donovan Lodge, and Russ Coltis rounding out the field of 6 cars here in heat number 2. Back to the race for the lead, that is Dave Weedholder. A large lead over the 96 of Doherty. Cody Stillwell trying to chase down Doherty and pick up that second spot as we got trouble over in turn number 1. Caution flag comes out for the 36 of Steve Tyvett here in turn number 1. Dave Weedholder, Cody Doherty, Cody Stillwell, Donovan Lodge, Russ Coltis, Steve Tyvett. The reset orders, we work to get back to green here in heat number 2 of the modifieds. Micros coming up as we quickly move through heat action tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Drivers come around turn number 4. Dave Weedholder leads us back to green. Cody Stillwell and Donovan Lodge side by side coming into the back 2 turns in that battle for 3rd and 4th. As we come back around to the start finish line, Dave Weedholder continues to hold on to the lead. Cody Stillwell with just an inch holding on to that P3 over the 32 of Donovan Lodge. Cody Doherty's in the 96. He remains in second, trying to chase down the man from Liberty, Illinois. A hard charger of Dave Weedholder. We told you just last week, Dave Weedholder had a heck of a run, starting in the back of the pack and moving all the way up to a top 5 finish in the modified feature event. Coming back around the start-finish line, Cody Stillwell getting chased down by Donovan Lodge as they continue to race it out for 3rd and 4th. Russ Coltis in 5th. Steve Tyvett remains in 6th. As we come back around to the start-finish line, 1 lap to go for the 05 of Dave Weedholder. Cody Doherty trying to chase him down. Stillwell, Lodge, Coltis, and Tyvett the remaining running order right now as we have a half lap to go here in heat number 2. Checkered flag will fly for Dave Weedholder in the 05. Ladies and gentlemen, from Liberty, Illinois, your heat number 2 winner, in the modified class tonight is Dave Weedholder. Cody Doherty finishes second. Donovan Lodge finishes third. Cody Stillwell finishes fourth. Russ Coltis and Steve Tyvett round out the running order in heat number 2. last run go here tonight in heat action. That is the micros class here at Jacksonville. Let's introduce you to the starting grid. Leading things off is the 10. That is Jacob Tipton starting on the pole tonight. To his right, starting second is the 72 of Adam Johnson. Will Armitage starts third tonight. He's in the bright red 7A in the row number 2. He'll be paired alongside the 3RX. That is Kurt Herman starting fourth. The 44S is driven by Jacob Stewart. He's scheduled as the Andrew Skevich from Riverton, Illinois. He starts sixth in the 21. Rounding out row number 4 is Kevin Powell in the 66, and Liberty's Johnny Huddleston in the black 3. Tipton, Johnson, Armitage, Herman, Stewart, Andrew Skevich, Powell, and Huddleston. Your running order here for heat number 1. The 3RX misses the initial call for lineup. He will be moved to the outside of row number 4. Johnny Huddleston will move up to the 6th position to start here in heat number 1. Tipton and Johnson lead the field as we go green at heat number 1 of tonight's micros class. To no surprise, Aaron Andrew Skevich quickly sprints up the track. He moves all the way to the 2nd spot as now the 10 car of Jacob Tipton slows down right outside turn number 3. Working on the 10 car, that's Jacob Tipton, who initially started on the pole here in heat number 1. Trouble for the 10 cars. He'll get what appears to be a hook escort as they work to get him here in the infield. Will Armitage, Johnson in the front rows. We get reset here in heat number 1, the 44 of Jacob Stewart and Aaron Andrew Skevich in row number 2. Kevin Powell and Johnny Huddleston in row number 3. The 3RX of Kurt Herman rounding out the field of 7 now. As we go one more lap around to get back to green. Clean restart for the field as Will Armitage jumps out to their early lead here in the back stretch. Andrew Skevich quickly sprinting around, trying to grab the race lead as we come back around the back 2 turns. It's Armitage, Johnson, and Andrew Skevich is front 3 here in heat number 1. Johnny Huddleston, a few car lengths off the pace, sitting in 4th. The 3RX of Kurt Herman moves up to 5th, followed by the 44S of Jacob Stewart and the 66 of Kevin Powell. On the last lap, Aaron Andrew Skevich grabs the race lead. You've got a new leader in the 21 out of Riverton, Illinois. Will Armitage moves back to 2nd in the 7A. Adam Johnson, a few car lengths off the pace in the 72. He sits in 3rd. Johnny Huddleston 4th, Kurt Herman in 5th. Stewart and Powell rounding out the field in the back in 5th and 6th. Back to the race leader, that is Aaron Andrew Skevich. Currently leading the 2019 points. 2 wins and 5 starts under his belt, 2 second place finishes. Also this season for the 21. Green flag still flying here in heat number 1 as we get to the waning laps. Andrew Skevich in the lead. Will Armitage in 2nd. Here comes Adam Johnson trying to pick up that 2nd spot ahead of the 7A as they come into the back 2 turns. White flag flies for Andrew Skevich. Trouble for the 7A of Armitage as he slows down. And now the 72 of Johnson takes the 2nd spot. Johnny Huddleston moves up to 3rd as we get around. Checkered flag for Aaron Andrew Skevich. heat number 1 in the micros class tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway, the 21 of Aaron Andruskevich. Adam Johnson will finish in second, Johnny Huddleston third, Kurt Herman fourth, Kevin Powell fifth, Jacob Stewart sixth, Will Armitage seventh, and Jacob Tipton rounds out the field of 8. One more heat to go tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway before intermission. Of course, we encourage you to head down to the concession stand and grab something hot to eat, cool to drink. Stop by that Hall of Fame lounge during the break as Tommy, Hank, and the rest of the group will get the track prepped and ready to go for feature action here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Our last night of regular racing here with 3 big events coming up to round out our 2019 season. We'll tell you about that a little more during intermission through the rest of the evening. Seven cars on the sheet for heat number 2. We'll see if all 7 make the call. As the 55S of Darren Stark will lead off the field in the pole. Paired along the outside will be the 8B of John Bernard starting second. Starting third tonight out of Hannibal, Missouri will be the 6 of Cliff Powell. He's paired alongside the 28. But that is Gabe Ferrari. The 81 of Greg Northrup was scheduled to start 5th. He moves to the back of the field and will start 7th. Randy Huddleston will now start 5th. He's in the 12H as he'll move up a spot. And the 2-time defending micros champion out of Jacksonville, Illinois is Trevin Littleton. He'll start 6th on the outside of rope number 3 in the 44 car. It's Stark, Bernard, Powell, Berardi, Huddleston, Littleton, and Northrup. Your running order here in heat number 2. Stark and Bernard lead us around as we go green here in heat number 1. We'll quickly bring out the caution flag. Randy and Allen did not like what they saw, and we'll get them reset here in heat number 2. Was a 90-degree day here in the heart of Morgan County. Has now quickly cooled down. We have a beautiful breeze here, breezing us here at the Speedway as we get ready for feature action, but not until we finish heat number 2. Berardi quickly moving on to the outside in the 28, the Pepsi 28. It says Gabe Berardi. We believe that's Gabe Berardi still driving, but it could be Lucas. One of the Berardi boys is behind that car in second. Darren Stark remains in first. He's in the 55S, followed by John Bernard in the 8B and the 44 of Trevin Littleton in fourth. Greg Northrup moves up from 7th to 5th. He's in the 81 car, the 6th of Cliff Powell. Rounding out the field, along with the 12H of Randy Huddleston. Back to the race leader, that's the 55S of Darren Stark as they come into the back stretch. Berardi right behind him in the 28, Littleton in the 44. John Bernard in fourth in the 8B, followed by the 51 of Greg Northrup, your first 5 of 7 here in heat number 2. Back to the race for the lead as we come into the first 2 turns. Darren Stark and Berardi. Not too much distance now between the 55 and the 28 as they come into the back 2. Berardi trying to go high. Stark stays in the middle and holds him off one more lap as the green flag still flies. Littleton in third. Bernard in fourth. Northrup in fifth. Back to the race lead. One more lap to go. Darren Stark sees the white flag first. Can he hold off Berardi in the 28? That's what we're going to keep an eye on for the remainder of the run. Into the backstretch. Here comes Berardi hot on his tail to the back 2 turns. But it is going to be Darren Stark picking up the checkered flag in heat number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of heat number 2 in the micros class tonight. Let's hear it for the 55S of Darren Stark. We are at intermission. We are going to do the invert draw for the modified feature here in just a second. And we're also getting ready to give away a couple of $100 in cash tonight. This will be what we are told is a quick intermission tonight, so 305 sprint car drivers, keep an open ear. We will be calling you to staging sooner than later here tonight, as track prep tells us not much is going to be done here tonight on what has become a cool evening here at the Jacksonville Speedway. So let's announce the winner of the texting contest if he is here. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to read off the name. You have 5 minutes to report to the stage and see Kenny Dobson, and you will be the winner of a couple of $100 in cash. So this is a random draw of those that have already signed up for our new texting service for the Jacksonville Speedway. Go to jacksonvillespeedway.com if you would like to learn more about it and sign up yourself. The winner is Rich Fortner. Rich Fortner. Right there. That or you're a guy just that said, hey, I'm Rich Fortner, or you just took advantage of him when he's not here. It's a smart play one way or the other. That's the thing, you've just got to be the first person to yell. You've just got to be the first person to yell. Oh, you've got to text back? Is that how? Oh, okay. He's like, wait now, hold on. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to sign up for our new texting service. Kenny just got set up here not too long ago. Go to Jacksonville Speedway, visit us on Facebook, you'll learn more about it. As we are going to get ready for the invert draw, it's zero. So plates on here, there are 2 2s, a 0, and the 3. That will determine how many rows we're going to invert tonight. Come on in here, my man. We've got a young man here that's going to help us out with the modified invert draw. Give it a good kick. There you go. So once again, whatever this young man draws. What's up, my man? What's your name, brother? Say it real loud so everyone hears you. Bryce, you're going to help us out. This is pretty important. You're going to draw one of these 4 plates, okay? And that's going to determine the invert of the rows for the feature. So you're on it. Whichever plate you would like, and give it to Kenny. It's a tough choice. He eyes one and picks it up. It's a 0. No invert rows for the feature tonight. Good job. Let's have a nice round of applause for Bryce. Way to go, buddy. Once again, folks, we invite you to get something to eat, something to drink in the concession stand. Stick around afterwards. I'm sure we'll be streaming something in the Hall of Fame Lounge after we get wrapped up. But we remind you, as we'll start working 305s to staging for the features. Once again, we'll start working 305s to staging for the features. Not a lot of track prep to be done here tonight as we get ready to rock and roll on what is our last night of regular racing. 3 big shows coming up. The first is this coming Wednesday. That is September 25th. The NOS Energy Drink World of Outlaws Sprint Cars will be here for a full feature show, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no support classes, however. So come join us. That's this coming Wednesday. Start time is 7 o'clock. And many of you that were here for the last time we attempted to get the Outlaw show in, the biggest thing you need is your wristband. We have encouraged and reminded you countless times to hold on to that wristband and that would get you back in for free here for the Outlaw Show. If you do not have that wristband, you will be paying front gate admission that night. And of course, you can learn a lot more at JacksonvilleSpeedway.com about everything we'll need to know for the big World of Outlaws show. And then, of course, Friday, October 5th, Friday, October 4th, and Saturday, October 5th, the last weekend of the schedule here for the 2019 season, headlined by back-to-back nights of Power Eye Midgets and the MOA 410 Sprint Cars. 2 back-to-back shows you are not going to want to miss. Grab your friends, get here early. It's going to be a loaded crowd, a loaded roster of cars, and a heck of a way to wrap up things here for 2019. Sprint cars, you can start making your way slowly and surely to staging. For feature actions, we'll get ready to rock and roll. Not a lot of track prep being done tonight. Tommy and Hank tell us over the race command. Sprint cars will begin aboard the stage for feature action tonight. Once again, 305 sprints will begin aboard the stage for feature action. Once again, 305 sprint cars to staging as we are just about ready for feature action here at Jacksonville Speedway. Cars coming out to the racetrack, let's introduce you to the featured grid for tonight's 305 sprint car class here at Jacksonville. On the pole, the 2019 race leader and winner of last weekend's feature here at Jacksonville, the X-Car of Robbie Standridge. On the second spot, outside of row number 1, he sits second in the 2019 point series as well. That's the B8 of Ben Wagner. A winner 2 weeks ago, second place last week here at the Jacksonville Speedway from Weldon, Illinois. Tyler Duff starts third in the 84. To his right, starting fourth tonight, that's the 27 of Tanner Gebhardt. In row number 3, Jeff Mata starts fifth tonight. He's in the 44 machine, paired alongside Springfield's Bailey Goldsberry, who starts sixth in the 4. From Pawnee, Illinois, Jeff Tuxhorn starts 7th tonight. He's in the 32 machine. Alongside the 00, that is Matt Fair, starting 8th. Driving the 57M tonight is JJ Newton, who starts 9th on the inside of row number 5. Alongside from Springfield, Illinois, that's the 9TX of Tyler Shoemaker. Unsure if we will see the 18 of Aaron Carlson or the 19 of Dylan Tuxhorn. Of course, remember the 18 lost a drive shaft during the heat action. The 19 we did not see make the call for the heats as he had trouble in hot laps. For a couple of last cars to get out here at the grid as we get ready to rock and roll with the first of 6 features tonight here at Jacksonville Speedway. Midget cars, you can begin making your way to staging, please, for feature action. Midget drivers, you can begin making your way to staging for feature action as we get ready to go with the 305 sprint cars tonight. The breeze has made its way here to Jacksonville, and it feels wonderful after what has been a very warm week as Mother Nature tried to get one last gasp of summer temperatures in on us. We do expect some precipitation throughout the weekend and cooler temperatures subsiding after that. Once again, your featured lineup tonight: Robbie Standridge, Ben Wagner in row number 1, Tyler Duff, Tanner Gebhardt in row number 2, Jeff Mata and Bailey Goldsberry in row number 3, Jeff Tuxhorn and Matt Fair in row number 4, JJ Newton and Tyler Shoemaker in row number 5. Race fans, get loud, get excited as our 305 drivers come back around the final 2 turns. Cautions are down. Next time around, we are going green here, and here we go. Feature action at Jacksonville. Ben Wagner jumps out to an early lead. Tanner Gebhardt now trying to slide underneath as we go 3 wide, and it's Wagner and Robbie Standridge side by side, and he's lap number 1. Tanner Gebhardt up now side by side in the backstretch for the 3rd and 4th battle. Bailey Goldsberry in 5th in the 4 car, followed by Jeff Tuxhorn, Matt Fair, Jeff Mata, Tyler Shoemaker, JJ Newton. Back to the race for the lead. It is 4 cars neck and neck coming into the back 2 turns. Standridge, Wagner, Gebhardt, and Tyler Duff as we've got a yellow flag back in turn turn number 2 for J.J. Newtont. Checkered flag comes out for the 57 of J.J. Newtont, running toward the back of the pack as the caution flag came out. What an early battle so far in the front 4 spots. Robbie Standridge, Ben Wagner, Tanner Gebhardt, and Tyler Duff battling it out for the top 4 spots here in the early laps. Bailey Goldsberry in 5th, followed by Jeff Tuxhorn, Matt Fair, Jeff Mata, and Tyler Shoemaker. As we get Newton spun back around, he looks to rejoin the race field as they come into the back stretch. Two down, 18 to go in the scheduled 20-lap feature here in the 305 sprint cars. Robbie Standridge leads the field around turns 3 and 4 as we work to go back to green. A clean restart for the field. Tanner Gebhardt and Tyler Duff trying to jump around the V8 of Ben Wagner as Robbie Standridge opens up a slight gap as he comes back around the back first 2 turns. Wagner, Tyler Duff. Duff and Wagner side by side. Duff jumps up and takes the 3rd spot ahead of Ben Wagner as the V8 moves back to 4th. Bailey Goldsberry remains in 5th. Tuxhorn, Matt Fair, Jeff Mata, Tyler Shoemaker, and J.J. Newtont. Back to the race lead. That's Robbie Standridge in the X-Car. Tanner just about 5 car lengths behind him, trying to close the distance as he, Tyler Duff, Ben Wagner, and Bailey Goldsberry all ride that cushion, trying to catch up for the 2019 World Series leader. Trouble in the back stretch. Trouble in the back stretch in turn number 3 for the 9T of Tyler Shoemaker. Second caution flag of the feature comes out. This for the 9T of Tyler Shoemaker out of Springfield, Illinois. As he has some trouble and gets caught up into the wall between turns 3 and 4. Bubba Painter and the rest of the crew quickly making their way out to check on the 9T. And it looks like that's going to be a hook escort. And an end of the evening for the 9T here in tonight's feature. Not much change between the last green flag and the last caution as Robbie Standridge continues to hold on to the lead, followed by Tanner Gebhardt. Tyler Duff was finally able to make his way around the V8 of Ben Wagner, and Bailey Goldsberry remains in 5th. Jeff Tuxhorn in 6th. Rounding out the field is Matt Fair, Jeff Mata, and J.J. Newtont. Midget drivers, you can begin making your way to staging, please. Midget drivers, please begin your way to staging for feature action. Just the 3rd start of the season for Tyler Shoemaker at the 9T as he makes his way back to the pit here at Jacksonville Speedway. And a rough way to end the night for the 9Ts. You see a lot of damage up there on that front end. Duff, Wagner, Goldsberry, the first 5 of 9. Six laps down, 14 to go, is what we're being told over the headsets here at Race Command. Coming around turns 3, and here we go. Robbie Sanders leads us back to 3. Coming off the restart, Bailey Goldsberry able to try to come battle like the spot for the full spot. Taken away from Ben Wagner, sneaking across the start-finish line. A tight battle also developing right now for second and third between Tanner Gebhardt and the 27, and here comes Tyler Duff making a push for the 84. Duff able to come and grab that second spot on the last lap as they're neck to neck going into the back stretch. Ben Wagner and Bailey Goldsberry fighting it out for fourth and fifth, but the race leader remains Robbie Sanders. He comes across the start-finish line in the X-Car. Tyler Duff comes too far behind him, just about 3 seconds behind is the 27 of Tanner Gebhardt. We look now in the battle for fourth. It's Bailey Goldsberry making the jump ahead of the V8 of Ben Wagner as they come into the back 2 turns. Holding on to the fourth spot is Bailey Goldsberry on the last lap. Robbie Sanders remains in the lead. 0.6 of a second is ahead of Tyler Duff, who holds on to the second spot. Tanner Gebhardt gets behind it. Bailey Goldsberry remains in the lead. A slight advantage over the gate of Ben Wagner as the battle for fourth and fifth comes across the start-finish line. Rounding out the field is Ben Baker, Jeff Tuxord, J.J. Newton, and Jeff Mata. As the field of 10 is now a field of 9. Tyler Duff trying to chase down Robbie Sanders. This was the same race we watched 2 weeks ago. Just a week ago, excuse me. As Robbie Sanders is holding on, but we've got trouble. Trouble in turn number 2. Involving the second place car of Tyler Duff. Third caution comes out. That is for the 44 of Jeff Mata, who started to spin around. In turn number 1, he went high. Tyler Duff tried to avoid him and couldn't get out of the way. Trouble for the 84 of Tyler Duff on what meant to be a tough break for the young man out of Weldon, Illinois. Laps down, 6 to go here in the scheduled 20-lap feature for the 305 sprint cars. As crews work on the 44 of Jeff Mata and the 84 of Tyler Duff, who was in second place. Just trying to get out of harm's way, was not involved in anything when the 44 spun around in turn number 1. Duff had really started to close the gap on the X-Car of Robbie Standridge over the last couple of laps. Tyler Duff, the 84 car, currently sitting 5th in the point series this season, as it'll be a Hook Escort for the 84, a win 2 weeks ago. 2 second place finishes logged this season for the 84 out of Weldon, Illinois. as Tyler had really started to drive well here over the past month at Jacksonville. "14 laps down, 6 to go here in the 305 feature. Resetting the running order. It's Robbie Standridge, Tanner Gebhardt, Bailey Goldsberry, Ben Wagner, Matt Fair, Jeff Tuxhorn, and JJ Newtont. As we're down to just a handful of laps to go. First of 6 features tonight for you here at the Jacksonville Speedway. So happy you're joining along, whether you're in the crowd or joining us on Facebook. As Colin Dobson mans the camera for us tonight here at the Speedway. Another clean restart for the field as Standridge holds on to the lead. Tanner Gebhardt is second. Billy Goldsberry in third. Goldsberry just about 5 car lengths behind the top 2 vehicles here in the 305. Ben Wagner in fourth. Matt Fair in fifth. Let's go back to the watch of the lead as Robbie Standridge crosses the start-finish line. And we get another caution over in turn number 4. And it's Bailey Goldsberry. Push truck working on the 4 car, that's Bailey Goldsberry. 7th points this season, 7th start here during the season for Bailey. Best finish of the year came back in June 14th, 2nd place finish for the 4 car at the time. Pushed off. We'll see if she can make it back into the race field. This is Robbie Standridge, Tanner Gebhardt, Ben Wagner, Matt Fair, Jeff Tuxhorn, JJ Newton, and now Bailey Goldsberry as we reset the field. Out the caution, tried to make a run on the backside of Robbie Standridge, had nowhere to go, and spun around, bringing out another caution here in the 305 feature. So the 2nd place car of Tanner Gebhardt will move to the back. Ben Wagner's going to move up a spot. Now it'll be Ben Wagner trying to chase down Robbie Standridge. Get the 27 fired back up. He'll rejoin the race field. As now Robbie Standridge, Ben Wagner, Matt Fair, Jeff Tuxhorn, JJ Newton, Bailey Goldsberry, and Tanner Gebhardt in running order. Once again, just a handful of laps to go here in the 20-lap 305 sprint car feature. Midget cars coming up next, followed by the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Series. Standridge leads the field one more time as we win the green. Tanner Gebhardt quickly trying to jump up the race field. He gets a hold of Goldsberry and Newton, now trying to get ahead of Tuxor in turn number. We'll keep an eye on the 28-7 car as we go back to the race leader. That's Standridge. He's got a wide gap open ahead of the V8 of Ben Wagner. Matt Fair in third as Gebhardt's quickly moving back up to fourth. He's trying to chase down the double zero, and now more trouble for the 27 as he started to ride up on the concrete wall. He gets ahead of Tuxor. Gebhardt in fourth as the white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Robbie Standridge, last week's winner. Is going to do it again. It's a checkered flag for Robbie Standridge. Matt Fair will take home a second place finish. Tanner Gebhardt was able to jump up and finish third. Jeff Tuxor and Bailey Goldsberry round out the top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, claiming his 4th win of the season in the 305 Sprint Cars. Let's hear it for the X-Car of Robbie Standridge.
Good luck at school. Good race. Tell Dad when you get a chance, thank you. And I have to wish you to live in the last I'll see you. Good luck. Thank you.
Robbie, your 4th win of the season, a lot of second place finishes to add up what's going to be a 2019 championship. It's got to be a nice feeling here tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, that'll work. DC worked hard. She got me that championship. I got a little heat exhaustion yesterday at work. I went home, went to bed. She wheeled the thing out, rinsed it, did all the work on it, washed it, put it back in the trailer. Niecy won me that one.
What a great way to end things for 2019. Let's hear it for Robbie Standridge, your winner tonight here in the 305 Sprint Cars. Let's begin introducing you to the field for tonight's Midget feature here at Jacksonville. From California, making his Midget debut for Keith Kunz Motorsports and here at the Jacksonville Speedway, a 410 champion from Fremont, a winner in the All-Star Circuit of Champions. The 97 is Buddy Kofoid. Starting on the outside, second tonight is the 50 car, a heat winner earlier tonight. That's David Adler. David Pursley, starts third tonight. He's in the 9 car in row number 2. On the outside is the 71 of Jesse Caldwell. From Springfield, Illinois, starting 5th, that's the 97 of Austin Odell, paired alongside last week's winner of the feature event, the 21 KS of Jake Newman. Emerson Axum starts 7th tonight in row number 4. He's in the 15 machine, paired alongside Shelby Bosey, starting 8th in the 3B. From Oklahoma, Holly Holland starts 9th tonight in the 67K in row number 5. Starting 10th is the 97K, that's Jesse Love. Luke Ferrari starts 11th tonight in the 28X in row number 6, paired alongside Steve Stroud in the 21X. We will see if the 103 of Brock Hummel is able to make the call tonight after having a little bit of a rough patch in heat number 1. run of the season for the Summer Midget Series here at the Jacksonville Speedway, a new class edition. This season, you will see the Power Eye Midgets back in action here on October 4th and 5th. This is the last regular run for our midgets here at the Jacksonville Speedway. It has been a blast getting to see some of these up-and-coming talented midget drivers on several occasions here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Laps to scheduled driving distance. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. You need to begin reporting to staging, please. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. You need to begin reporting to staging. One lap to go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get your hands together. Let's get excited for these midget drivers tonight here at Jacksonville. Last run of 2019 for the Summer Midget Series here at the Jacksonville Speedway, as Buddy Kofoid and David Adler will lead the field around to green. Dazen Pursley and Jesse Caldwell in row number 2, Odell and Newman in 3, Axum and Mosey in 4, Holland and Love in row 5, Berardi and Stroud in 6. And here we go, green flag for tonight's midget feature. And we will get a restart here as Randy and Allen saw something they didn't like at the start. We'll give it another try. The race field gets reset, and here we go. Try number 2 at green. Restart for the field as Buddy Kofoid jumps out to the early lead. The race field comes around turns 3 and 4, 3 wide into turn number 3. And it's going to be the 8 car, Dazen Pursley, the 9 car, picking up that second place spot. Buddy Kofoid, Dazen Pursley in the 71 of Jesse Caldwell in the top 3 with a couple of laps in. Daniel Adler in 4th, followed by Jake Newman in 5th, Austin Odell, Emerson Axum, and Holly Holland, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Rounding out the field, now is Emerson Axum, Shelby Rossi, and Luke Berardi. Back to the race leader, that's Buddy Kofoid, making his midget debut tonight here at Jacksonville. He's followed by the 71 of Jesse Caldwell, who moves up to 2nd. Across the start finish line is the 21. KS of Jake Newman. Newman moves up to 3rd. Dazen Pursley back in 4th in the 9 car. Austin Odell in 5th. Holly Holland has moved up to 6th in the 67K. Buddy Kofoid out of California. The new midget driver puts on a show here tonight at Jacksonville. He's followed by the 71 of Jesse Caldwell, the 21 KS of Jake Newman. Austin Odell, Dazen Pursley, and Holly Holland in 6th. Jesse Love and Emerson Axum, Daniel Adler, Luke Berardi, and Shelby Rossi rounding out the rest of the field.
4th and 5th. That's between Daisy Personally and Austin Odell. Just a hair of a second, keeping those two apart in 5th and 6th. Holly Holland back in 5th and 6th as now the race leader. He started to work his way into some lap traffic. We've got a caution over at turn number 1. That's the 15 car of Emerson Axon. First caution comes out for the Midget Series here tonight for the 15 of Emerson Axon over at turn number 1. Laps down, 8 to go here in the Midget feature as we take a look at the 15 of Emerson Axum over in turn number 1. Buddy Kofoid remains in the race lead. Jesse Caldwell in second. Jake Newman has moved up to third. Personally, Odell, Love, Holland, Adler, Berardi, and Bosi. The rest of the reset field as we get ready to go. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. Once again, you need to make your way to staging, please. Midwest Big Ten Street Stocks. Make your way to staging now. Jesse Caldwell trying to chase down Buddy Kofoid as they come into the back two turns. Kofoid in the 97, Caldwell in the 71 as they come to the start finish line. Shane Newman remains in first with 21 KS, followed by 9 of Jason Person. Down, 5 to go here. Midget features Buddy Kofoid remains in the lead. Jesse Caldwell just about a half a second behind, followed by Jake Newman. Jesse Loves moving back up to 5th in the 67K. Or the 97K, excuse me. Austin Odell in 6th. Back to the race lead. Here comes Jesse Caldwell trying to chase down the young man from California. Kofoid's going to hold on to the lead one more time as now we're at 17. It's going to be a red flag over in turn number 4 to bring things to a stop. First taking a look at the 67K, Hall, over turn number 4.
is turned over. Let's hear it for Holly Holland, everybody, in the 67K. Race command to restart the vehicles. We'll start getting things pushed off as we are in the waning laps of tonight's midget feature. Working to reset as we work to get back to green. Buddy Kofoid, Jesse Colwell, Jake Newton. Your front three as the field comes back around the start-finish line one more time. Dason Pursley, the 97K. Of Jesse Love, your top five. To go in the 20-lap feature. Kofoid leads us, and here we go back to green. Kofoid with another great jump off the restart. Here comes Jesse Colwell coming around turn number 2. Can't make up the distance quite yet. Jake Newman reigns in third. Pursley and Love battling out before the fifth. Love trying to slide underneath, can't get it done as Pursley's going to hold on to that fourth spot. Back to the race lead, that's Kofoid. He comes around, one lap to go. White flag for the young man from California. In his first time in a midget car, it looks to appear that he may grab the checkered flag as we come into turn 4. It's going to be a checkered flag for Buddy Kofoid. Jesse Colwell finishes in second. Jake Newman third. Dason Pursley fourth, and Jesse Love, your top five here at Jacksonville. Coming over to get a couple of pictures as well. The whole KKM team here to celebrate a win for Buddy Kofoid. Let's hear it in the 97. Let's hear it for Buddy Kofoid one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Well, buddy, welcome to Jacksonville, man. What a way to start off things here. Tell us about this. What an exciting way for you to kick things off.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't get to do a lot of midget races. It's probably my only fifth or sixth race, and first one with Keith, and they're the best team in the business, and Keith and Pete and Al and all the guys gave me a great car all night. You know the car's really good when you don't do a lot and you go on hot laps. You don't feel too bad. I didn't really feel out of my comfort zone actually most of the days, which was good. And was good in the heat race and kind of figured out for restarts where I would need to go, or if I ended up being in control for the main event. I ended up was able to get the lead and just kind of run the top. And I saw them at the end a little bit. Keith said to kind of get up on a little bit more, and I did. And I never really saw him again, and it felt actually a lot better. So, man, I don't know what to say. First time with Keith in the team, and then a win. My first midget win, and it's been a lot of fun, and hanging out with these guys for a couple days. They're definitely the best in the business, and they're the most organized I've seen. There's a lot of firsts I've seen in a team that I've been with, and man, I want to say you just can't thank Keith Coons Motorsports, Pete, Al, Grant, Jared, and Chuck, and all the guys, and of course Jack Irving with TRD and Toyota for giving me a good opportunity. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun to watch you drive tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for Buddy Kofoid.
All right. Also, thanks to 1L Service Center, a barrel of Sunoco Racing Fuel goes to Jesse Love, who finished 5th tonight. Random finisher, 5th place gets it. Pete's going to take these certificates to 1L Service Center. Thank you very much. Sunoco Racing Fuel, a full barrel to the 5th place finisher, Jesse Love.
Time to get you set up for tonight's Midwest Big Ten Street Stock feature. In row number 1, last week's feature winner, Rudy Zaragoza, starts on the pole in the 67R, along with the 2019 Point Series leader, the T5 of Terry Reed. In row number 2, Andy Zahn starts third in the 2Z. He's paired alongside the man who sits second in the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock points. That's the 22 of Daryl Dick. Cletus Coates starts 5th tonight in the 34X. He's paired alongside the 4M of Travis Walbaum. In row number 4, Pete Stochdal starts 7th in the Hornet Green 82. He's alongside Galesburg's Robert Cottom, starting 8th in the 1 car. Jacksonville's Braden Bilger starts 9th tonight. He pilots the 17B machine alongside Carter Dart in the D7, starting 10th. In row number 6, it's Michael Larson in the red 48. And alongside is Chet Peak in the 72C, starting 12th. Rounding out the field of 13, it's the 52 car of Jacob Bowen in row number 7. Caution comes out early for the 72C of Chet Peak and the 52 of Jacob Bowen over in turn number 2. So as we get things reset, something of note here in the Big Ten Street Stock Championships. Adam Mackey letting us know Terry Reed and Daryl Dick are tied for the lead. And by Adam's calculations, Daryl Dick Adam Mackey letting us know Daryl Dick needs to finish 4 spots ahead of Terry Reed to win the championship outright. Anything 3 spots ahead will result in a tie between Daryl Dick and Terry Reed. Anything less than finishing 3 spots ahead, Terry Reed will take the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Championship. We will keep an eye on that as this race develops. Once again, as we tell you, Daryl Dick has to finish 4 spots ahead to take the outright title. 3 spots ahead of Terry Reed. It would be a tie. Anything less than that, or if Terry Reed simply finishes ahead of Daryl Dick, Terry Reed takes the championship. He is now the race leader, the man from Cerro Gordo, Illinois, as we've got another slowdown in turn number 2. That's the 82 of Pete Stochdal. Reset things for you once again. That Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Series. We were trying to tell you a little bit about that during the last caution. Once again, Terry Reed, Daryl Dick, according to Adam Mackey, who helps run the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Series, says that they are tied in points after the drop, and that Daryl Dick will need to finish 4 spots ahead of Terry Reed to outright win the championship. If Daryl Dick would finish 3 spots ahead of Terry Reed, it would be a tie. Anything less than that, or Terry Reed simply finishing ahead of Daryl Dick, means Terry Reed takes the championship. And of course, we tell you about the T5, a 6-time winner this season at the Jacksonville Speedway, is the man from Cerro Gordo, as he leads the race field around turn 4, and we go back to green. Terry Reed leads the race field around the back of the pack in the start finish line. Zaragoza, Daryl Dick, Andy's on. Cletus goes to the top 5, followed by Brayton Bilger, Robert Cottom, David Mowery, Michael Larson, Chet Peak, and Pete Stochdal, who now turns again over turn number 2. Stochdal gets moved back into position. He rejoins the rest of the race field. In the back of the pack, it's Terry Reed, Daryl Dick, Rudy Zaragoza, Andy's on, and Braden Bilger, top 5. As we will try to get them lined up and restart once again. Late models, you need to begin reporting to staging if you are not there already. Pro late models, you need to report to staging now, please, if you are not there already. laps down here in the Street Stocks feature tonight.
Trouble in turn number 4 as Braden Bilcher makes his way to the infield, along with the 4M of David Maurer. We remain green as Terry Reed and Daryl Dick hold on to the first 2 spots as they come into the back stretch. Andy's on trying to get around Rudy Zaragoza for 3rd, Robert Cottom in 5th. Back to the race lead is between Terry Reed and Daryl Dick as they come into the back stretch. Zaragoza in 3rd. Andy's on having to slug it out with Robert Cottom for 4th and 5th as they come into the back 2 turns. Following on the base of the bottom half of the field is the 48 of Michael Larson. He's followed by the 72C of Chet Peak and the 82 of Pete Stossel, who is closely getting into lap traffic position. Here comes Terry Reed and Daryl Dick from top 2 spots across the start and finish line. Zaragoza's on and Cottom 3, 4, and 5. What a tight battle it is right there for positions 3, 4, and 5 as they come into the backstretch. Andy's on trying to get a jump and get around the other 2, but he can't get it done quite yet. Back to the battle for the lead. Here comes Terry Reed and Daryl Dick coming into lap traffic. The lap traffic is the 82 car of Pete Stossel, who's in the sights of both men as they come into the back 2 turns. Reed gets ahead of Stossel. Daryl Dick having some trouble getting around the 82 as they come on the start-finish line. The battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th still ongoing as now Rudy Zaragoza has the slight advantage, but here comes Son and Cottom. They're 3 wide going into turn number 3. Coming out of the battle, boy oh boy, it was Robert Cottom by just a hair. And now Cottom goes low, gets ahead of Zaragoza. Here comes Son on the outside trying to get ahead of the 1 car. White flag to go. 1 lap to go for Terry Reed. Reed just 1 lap away from a Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Championship. Coming into the last 2 turns, it's a man from Saragordo, Illinois. And he will claim the checker flag and the Midwest Big Ten Street Stock title, the T5 of Terry Reed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it racking up his 7th win at Jacksonville this season in a Midwest Big Ten Points Championship. It's Terry Reed.
thumbs up from Daryl Dick, who finishes second, according to Adam Mackey, for the 2019 Best Big Ten Point Series. Terry, we've got to chat a lot this season in Victory Lane. This one's got to feel a little more special now. 7th win of the season and a Midwest Big Ten Street Stock Points Championship for you.
Yeah, it is. It's been fun all year. We struggled a lot, and we've had a lot of success too. Right now, we're trying to chase the national title. This has been a heck of a year. I got to thank God for everything He does in my life. Thank Aaron, Donnie, and my wife. Thank Jerry Myers for all his help this year, just being there, supporting me and everything like that. Thank all the sponsors, Elkhart Fertilizer, Lakeport Fertilizer, Elkhart Trucking, Virtue Motorsports, Blended Motorsports, Crawford's Pizza and Pub, and the Pizza Factory. Without all these guys, it's been very tough to do. Like I said, I got to thank Aaron again. Aaron and Donnie's been helping me thrash on these cars. I got 2 cars, so it's really hard to. It takes a lot of time to keep them going all year. And thanks to all the fans for coming out and supporting us.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time. Terry Reed, your champion tonight here at Jacksonville. And of course, as Terry mentioned, he's trying to chase down that National Dirt Car UMP Street Stock Championship. Need a push truck for the T5, please. If we can get a push truck over on the 5 of Terry Reed. Once again, push truck over to the 5 of Terry Reed, please. Getting ready for tonight's Pro Late Model feature here at Jacksonville. Let's introduce you to the starting grid. For tonight's feature lineup, the 44 of Blaze Burwell starts on the pole tonight. On his right, the 2019 Point Series leader from Ashland, Illinois. That's Brandon Eskew in the 11E. Cody McGuire starts third tonight on the inside of row number 2 in the 32M. He's paired alongside Chris Dick, driving the 22 car, starting fourth. Starting fifth, it's the 25 of Tucker Finch out of Jacksonville, Illinois, alongside the 10 car of Blake Damery, who starts sixth. Row number 4 looks like this. Devin McLean starts seventh in the 33, and starting eighth tonight is the 27 of Colby Shepard. Modifieds, you need to start making your way to staging, please. Modifieds, begin making your way to staging now. Blaze Burwell holds the early lead as we got trouble over in turn number 3. That's the 22 of Chris Dick, who slows to a stall after getting caught up in the cushion and into the wall in turn number 4. Getting the race field reset. Once again, it'll be Blaze Burwell, Brandon Eskew, row number 1 as the field comes around turns 3 and 4. And here we go back to green.
Cody McGuire in third, Tucker Finch in fourth. The 10 cars, Blake Damery, he sits in fifth, followed by Chris Dick. The 33 Devin McLean, and the 27 of Colby Shepard, who had trouble over in turn number 3 as well, and we remain under green flag. Back to the race leader, that's Brandon Eskew now. The points series leader making his way around the back 2 turns to grab the lap here, and the lead in the Pro Lake Model feature. Blaze Worwell about a couple of lengths behind, followed by McGuire, Finch, Damery, Chris Dick, 35 of Devin McLean, and the 27 of Colby Shepard. Dust flying high as we saw some sparks come off the 32 of Cody McGuire as he got way high into that wall in turn number 3. Trouble for Burwell around turn number 1. He'd be able to pick it back up. And now the gap is opened substantially for the 11E Brandon Eskew. The rest of the cars get back up to positions 2 through 5. It's Blaze Burwell, Cody McGuire, Tucker Finch, and Blake Damery, all within a stone's throw of one another from P2 through P5. Back to the race leader, that's Brandon Eskew. Coming around the start-finish line one more time with a big advantage on the rest of the pack. The battle is tight for the last 3 positions in the running order. That's the 33 of Devin McLean, the 22 of Chris Dick, and the 27 of Colby Shepard, all piled up as they come around to the back 2 turns. Turn number 3 that opened things wide open for the man from Ashland. Cody McGuire remains in third, Tucker Finch and Blake Damery in fourth and fifth. 10 laps down here in the Pro Lake Model feature. Modifieds and micros still on the slate tonight here in Jacksonville. Brandon Eskew slowly creeping in on the lap traffic situation as he comes into the back stretch. The rest of the field is opened up. Not much battle happening for any position right now. As everyone basically running in a single file line around the track with Brandon Eskew still in lead. Cody McGuire and Tucker Finch second and third. Blake Damery a few car lengths off the pace in fourth, followed by the 33 of Devin McLean in fifth. 5 laps to go, 15 down, 5 to go here in the Pro Lake Model feature. Things tightening up just a little bit for that battle between second and third. That's the 32 of Cody McGuire, the 25 of Tucker Finch as they come around the back 2 turns. McGuire just about 2 car lengths ahead now, the 25, as they cross the start-finish line. Excuse me, that's the battle for third and fourth, my apologies. Blaze Burwell still holding on to second and the 44. McGuire and Finch battling it out for third and fourth. Still under green flag here as Brandon Eskew remains the race leader as he has essentially from the get-go. Had a few laps he trailed behind Blaze Burwell and was able to finally get as we have 1 lap to go here in the Pro Lake Model feature. Turn 4, the checkered flag flies for Brandon Eskew in the 11E.
ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for tonight's winner of the Pro Late Models, the 11E of Brandon Eskew. Capping off things for another fantastic season here at the Jacksonville Speedway. A win tonight for Brandon Eskew. Brandon had a little bit of trouble there early, but you were able finally to get around Blaze, and after that it kind of looked like smooth sailing for you tonight.
Well, I kind of knew I had it there if I could get out front and stay smooth, but last week we had some motor trouble with our big hog in here, and we had to put our little one in here, but I still got her done.
Another fantastic season for you tonight, capped off by a nice win. It's going to be a great way to help wrap things up here at the Jacksonville Speedway.
Yeah, it is. I won the first one, and I won the last one, and I believe I won points again, so I feel pretty good.
I think that's a great way to cap it off. Let's hear it for Brandon Eskew one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for the Dirt Car UMP Modified feature. 2 features left to go here at Jacksonville. So glad you hung around with us on what has turned into a beautiful, cool evening here at the High Bank Quarter Miles in the heart of Morgan County. Let's introduce you to the starting grid tonight for the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds. On the pole tonight from Jacksonville, Illinois, that's the 22 of Ryan Blakeman. On the outside from Liberty, starting second is the 05, that is Dave Weedholder. Starting third tonight, the 37 is Derek Carlson, and on the outside of row number 2, the 96 is Cody Doherty starting fourth. Troy Dodson starts fifth. He's in the 21 car on the inside of row number 3, paired alongside Donovan Lodge, starting sixth in the 32. The current points series leader is the T6 of Tommy Shepard. He starts seventh tonight, row number 4, paired alongside Cody Stillwell in the white 00S. Jeff Ray starts in row number 5. He starts ninth in the 78 car, alongside Russ Coltis in the 9C, starting 10. Craig Roden drives the 27 car. He starts 11th tonight, alongside Mr. Spoon Steve Tybee, starting 12th at the 36. The last row is the 70 of Jeff Yates, starting 13th, and the 2 cars of Chevy Miller rounding out the field in 14th. Dave Weedholder jumps out to a big lead to start things off. Ryan Blakeman, Derek Carlson, Cody Doherty, and the 32 of Donovan Lodge, your top 5 here in the early laps. Tommy Shepard in 6th in the T6. The 78 of Jeff Ray sits in 7th. Carlson and Blakeman slugging it out, coming around the back 2 turns here for the 2nd and 3rd spots. It's going to be Carlson holding the advantage here as we cross the start-finish line. Donovan Lodge in 4th, Cody Doherty in 5th. Tommy Shepard remains in 6th in the T6 as they're all trying to chase down the race leader. That's Liberty's Dave Weedholder in the 05.
battle for second, third, and fourth. It's Carlson, Donovan Lodge, and Ryan Blakeman all nose to nose as they come around the back two turns. Carlson continues to hold on. Cody Doherty in fifth. He's trying to make a jump ahead of Donovan Lodge in the backstretch as he tries to ride high, digging into that cushion. Here they come down to the back two turns. Ryan Blakeman goes outside. Carlson stays low, and he goes on to the second spot. As 2, 3, 4, 5 come around, and we've got a spin around in turn number 2 between Ryan Blakeman and Cody Doherty. The rest of the race field able to avoid any further collision, any further damage. As Bubba Painter and the team make their way over to check things out in turn number 2. A big pile up in positions 2, 3, 4, and 5 with Ryan Blakeman. Cody Doherty. You see Cody Stillwell make his way off the track in the 006. Darren Carlson and Donovan Lodge were also up in that front of the pack for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blakeman and Doherty got spun around the rest of the entire field, able to avoid everything. What a fortunate stroke of luck for the rest of the race field as we get things re-lined up here in the modified feature. Micros still to go tonight to wrap up our 6-class program here at the Jacksonville Speedway. The 96 of Doherty makes his way off the track. A tough break for a man battling up in the top 5 here in the early part of the modified feature. But Dave Weedholder leads the field as we go back to green. Donovan Lodge moves up. That means Tommy Shepard's going to be up in that top 5 conversation as well, along with the 78 of Jeff Ray as we get a clean restart. Weedholder leads the field around turns 3 and 4. Lodge trying to get around Carlson for that second spot. Darren Carlson holds on to the second at 37. Tommy Shepard, Jeff Ray, and now Craig Roden sneaking in on that top 5 conversation. He's in the 27 car, currently sitting in 6th. Weedholder continues to lead. Lodge right on the tail of Carson, trying to pick up that second position. Keep an eye on the T6 of Tommy Shepard, trying to ride high and pick his way up into the top spot battle. Going on between Steve Tybett and the 36 and the 70 of Jeff Yates. Also keeping an eye on things is Ryan Blakeman trying to battle his way now back to the 10th of the pack. He's got ahead of Jimmy Miller, but still got a ways to go. Dave Weedholder continues to hold the lead. A large gap in between him and the rest of the race pack as Darren Carlson, Donovan Lodge, and Tommy Shepard all trying to close the distance around turn 4 at the start-finish line. Jeff Ray holds on to the 5th position. He's the Royal 78 car, followed by Craig Roden in the 9C of Russ Colton. Rounding out the field is the 21 of Troy Dodson, the 70 of Jeff Yates, the 36 of Steve Tybett, the 22 of Ryan Blakeman, and the 2 car of Jimmy Miller. Craig Roden has dropped a couple of spots now as Russ Colt is trying to battle it out for that 6th spot as they come into turn 3. We go back to the race leader. That's Liberty's Dave Weedholder in the 05. He's on the backstretch now as the rest of the race field comes into turn number 2. Carlson, Lodge, and Tommy Shepard in spots 2, 3, and 4. Jeff Ray remains in 5th. He's a little bit off that pace for that top spot battle. He still sits in the 78 car. Five laps to go, says Randy Standridge, as the race field remains under green. Dave Weedholder starting to get into the lap traffic conversation. Jimmy Miller and his sights on the backstretch, and we've got a caution flag. That looks to be in turn number 3 for the 22 car of Ryan Blakeman.
16 laps down here in tonight's modified feature as Dave Weetholder continues to hold on to the lead. Donovan Lodge in second, Derek Carlson in third. Tommy Shepard, Jeff Ray, Russ Goltis, Craig Roden, Troy Dodson, Jeff Yates, Steve Tybett, Jimmy Miller rounding out the race field as we re-line up and get ready to go back to green. Weetholder leads the field as we come back around the cone and go back to green. Trouble for the 78 of Jeff Ray as he comes into the infield. The 78 moves off into the infield and off the track. That's going to open up a fifth spot. That's going to move his fourth spot into the top 5 discussion. He's now trying to chase down the T6 of Tommy Shepard in fourth, the 37 of Derek Carlson in third. Donovan Lodge in second, all trying to chase down the race leader. That's Dave Weetholder, who's on a wire-to-wire run right now here in the 05. Tommy Shepard trying to make a move around Derek Carlson, a battle for third and fourth as we've got white flag. 1 lap to go here in the modified feature. The 05 takes the number 1 spot. It's a win for Dave Weetholder. Donovan Lodge, Tommy Shepard, Derek Carlson, and Russ Curtis finish your top 5 here in tonight's Dirt Car UMP feature. Comes off, climbing out of the car. Let's hear it for Dave Weetholder, everyone, your champion of tonight's Dirt Car UMP Modified feature. Dave, a couple of weeks ago we watched you have to be a real hard charger coming from the back of the pack to get a top 5 finish tonight. You get to start up in the front row and basically a wire-to-wire win. Kind of a nice way to wrap some things up here tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, the car was really good tonight. I've got to thank my wife, Tanya, and Jared for coming over and helping. I sure appreciate all the help they do week in and week out. And I appreciate everybody coming out and watching. Hopefully put on a good show.
It was a great show tonight for you, and of course a victory lane finish. Let's hear it for Dave Weetholder, ladies and gentlemen. Oh.
I want to thank Tommy. He's always on me about changing stuff and you know, washing the car is his big thing. But anyway, I appreciate all the help he's given me too.
All right, once again, Dave Weetholder, ladies and gentlemen, champion tonight here in the modified class at Jacksonville. Essentially a wire-to-wire run for the 05 out of Liberty, Illinois. As we get ready for our final feature of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Micros wrap up our 6-class program for you tonight here at the Speedway. We're so thankful you've hung out with us tonight, whether you're watching in the grandstands or hanging out on YouTube. Tell Colin where you're watching from. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Let's introduce you to the starting grid for tonight's feature lineup here at Jacksonville for the Micros class. On the pole, the 2019 points leader. From Riverton, Illinois, is the 21 of Aaron Andruskevich. To his right, from Liberty, Illinois, Johnny Huddleston starts second in the 3-car. In row number 2, it's Gabe Berardi, and the 28 paired alongside the 2-time back-to-back Micros champion from Jacksonville. That's the 44 of Trevin Littleton. Heat winner Darren Stark starts 5th tonight. He's in the 55S on the inside of row number 3, alongside the 72 of Adam Johnson starting 6th. Kevin Powell starts 7th. He's in the 66 car in row number 4. Kurt Herman starts 8th. He drives the 3RX. In row number 5, John Bernard starts 9th tonight. He's in the 8B, alongside Greg Northrup, who starts 10th in the 81. Randy Huddleston starts 11th. He's in the 12H, alongside Jacob Stewart, who starts 12th in the 44S. In row number 7, it's Will Armitage starting 13th in the 7A, paired alongside Hannibal's Cliff Powell, who starts 14th in the 6th. Rounding out the field of 15, it's going to be the 10 car of Jacob Tipton, who we do not see making the call this evening. Here we go as we go bringing in tonight's Hornet or Micros feature. Hornets not on the slate tonight. Usually we wrap up the program with the Hornets, so just a little bit of a misspeak here on the microphone. As we get moving into tonight's Micros feature, Aaron Andruskevich jumps out to a huge early lead. Trevin Littleton trying to chase him down, followed by Berardi, Huddleston, Darren Stark, and the 72 of Adam Johnson, your top 6. A yellow flag quickly comes out in turn number 4. Caution comes out for the 66. That's Kevin Powell, who makes his way back to rejoin the race field. Last feature of the evening, we remind you the World of Outlaws here Wednesday night. Just a few days away for the greatest show on dirt, right back here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Race field comes around turns 3 and 4. Andruskevich and Huddleston lead us back to green. Berardi trying to make a quick jump. Trouble for the 28 car as he slides back a couple of positions. He drops back into 5th and now more trouble. That's Adam Johnson in the 72 getting turned around. The 72 car of Adam Johnson brings out another caution here in the Micros feature. Did not appear to see any contact causing the spin for the 72. 72 gets fired back up. He'll rejoin the rest of the race field in the back. As we continue on here, the early laps of tonight's micros feature. More trouble once again under caution for that 72 car above the painter roost. Get him back with the rest of the pack. Aaron Andruskevich, Johnny Huddleston, Berardi, Littleton, Stark Herman, your first 3 rows, followed by John Bernard, 44S of Jacob Stewart, the 12H of Randy Huddleston, the 6 of Cliff Powell, the 7A of Will Armitage, and the 66 of Kevin Powell. Caution lights come back down. Race field comes around turns 3 and 4, and we look to go back to green. Berardi jumps ahead of Johnny Huddleston as they come into the back 2 turns. Aaron Andruskevich starting to open up the lead. Trevin Littleton moves into 3rd now. Huddleston drops back to 4th. Darren Stark remains in 5th. A whole mess of cars in the back half of the pack, all piled up coming into the back stretch. Let's come back to the race for the lead. It's Andruskevich, Berardi, Littleton, Huddleston, and Stark across the start-finish line, and more trouble over out of turn number 4. That's the 7A of Will Armitage and the 8B of John Bernard, bringing us back to caution. Bernard and Armitage rejoin the rest of the race field as we get ready to go back to green. One more lap around. Andruskevich leads a single file restart as we work to go back to green here in tonight's micros feature. Just one lap down so far here in the micros feature as Aaron Andruskevich jumps out to the lead.
Trevin Littleton trying to jump around the 28 of Girardi as they come into the back two turns. Johnny Huddleston and Darren Starks slugging it out for fourth and fifth. Kurt Hunt.
Red flag comes out for the micros feature. Looking to get the 7A of Will Armington turned over. Cars involved in that as well, including the 66 of Kevin Powell and the 6 of Cliff Powell, along with the 8B of John Bernard. As crews continue to work, we remind you once again the World Outlaws here coming up Wednesday night, 7 o'clock time, to get racing here at the Jacksonville Speedway with the greatest show on dirt. 3 down, 3 laps down here in the micros feature. No support classes on Wednesday night, solely the World of Outlaws, but that's all you need, folks. It's going to be one heck of a show. We invite you back with us here coming up on Wednesday night. October 4th, October 5th, our season wraps up. Power Eye Midgets, MOA Sprint Car Championships, headline. 2 back-to-back loaded nights here at the Jacksonville Speedway. That's October 4th and October 5th, just a couple of weeks away. of this micros feature this evening. Just 3 laps down so far. Working to get the 44 of Jacob Stewart back in the mix. Jacob Stewart in the red 44S, Trevin Littleton in the black and blue 44, currently sitting third as we'll look to restart here in just a few seconds. Caution lights come down. Race field coming around turns 3 and 4 as Andrew Skevich leads us back to green. Tight battle going on for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right now. That's between Johnny Huddleston, Darryl Stark, Kurt Herman, and Randy Huddleston as they all come into turns number 2 and the back stretch. The race leader remains Andrew Skevich. We're already hot on his tail, Trevin Littleton, trying to catch up with the 2 race leaders. And now here comes that whole mess of metal coming in for positions 4, 5, 6, and 7. The 72 of Kurt Johnson in 8th, the 6 of Cliff Powell in 9th. Kevin Stewart and Jacob Stewart rounding out the back of the pack. Skevich, Gabe Berardi starting to make their way into lap traffic as they come into the back stretch. We're already having a little bit of trouble getting around the 66, and now that opens up things just a little bit more for Andrew Skevich. But we come into another caution here in the micros feature. The 72, once again, is Adam Johnson turned around over in turn number 4. Coming back to green next time around the back 2 turns. Aaron Andrew Skevich continues to read this race field. And here we go. Caution flag comes out. That's for the 44S of Jacob Stewart on the back stretch. Race command informing us we are going to a green-white checker. We will go back to green to get this race wrapped up. This caution flag came out initially for the 44, but then we had another caution continue it for the 3 of Johnny Huddleston. The 44 into the infield, the 3 into the infield, the 3RX of Kurt Herman also in the infield now. What started with 15 cars now, wrapping up with just 7 as we're going to go green-white checker to try and wrap up this Micros feature tonight here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Jumps out to a big lead. Comes around turn number 4. He'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go for the 2019 Points Series leader of Aaron Andruszkiewicz. Littleton's jumped up to second now. He's trying to hold off Ferrari for that second spot. Keep an eye on those two as we see the checkered flag fly once again for Aaron Andruszkiewicz. Littleton holds off Ferrari for second and third. Darren Stark finishes fourth, and Randy Huddleston jumps up to finish fifth. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of tonight's Micros feature. Let's hear it for the 21 of Aaron Andruszkiewicz. Easiest race to get through tonight, but overall pretty much a wire-to-wire win for you, and another great way to cap off what's been another fantastic micro season for you here at Jacksonville.
Yeah, this new car's been really good. Just trying a couple things here. We got just a few races left before the end of the season. Ball's right around the corner, so got to thank some guys I forgot about the last time. Clearview Glass, Tim Midget, good buddy of mine. Kaiser Wheels, they've been on board with me the whole time. Chad, Pro Like Club Coatings, all of the work, GMS engines, chassis, Brad Benning, Momentum Suspension, all the guys make it possible. So thanks to them. Thanks for everybody for hanging out tonight.
Thank you very much. Once again, Aaron Andruszkiewicz, tonight's winner of our Micros feature to wrap up our 6-class program here at the Jacksonville Speedway. A couple of drivers doing some test laps here on the Speedway as we wrap things up tonight. But once again, we remind you, the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars will be here Wednesday night, starting at 7 o'clock. Some limited seating still available. If you have your wristband, you are able to get in with no additional charge. If you do not have your wristband from the last time we tried, we'll see you at the front gate. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Kenny Dobson, Brendan Bauman, Randy Standridge, Alan Motley, the rest of the crew, Kenny, thanks you so very much for your patronage here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Thanks to Tommy, Hank, and the rest of the guys in the infield crew, Bubba Painter, everyone up at the front gate, the concession stand, and a whole lot more. We are wrapping things up here at the Speedway. We will see you Wednesday night for the NOS Energy Drink World of Outlaws Sprint Cars.